What do your late night drive home, your morning cuppa, and the building you're sitting in right now all have in common? You might just think they're all just normal parts of your day, but they all share a secret origin story, born in the heart of one English county, from the brilliantly simple cat's eyes that light up the road ahead to the revolutionary steel that built our modern world. You use inventions from Yorkshire every single day, and you're about to find out how. Picture this: it's a dark, foggy night in the 1930s. Driving on an unlit road back then was a serious gamble. Painted lines were useless, and drivers had little more than luck to guide them. The problem was as simple as it was deadly. How do you see the road in the dark? The brainwave came to Percy Shaw, a road mender from Halifax. The most famous version of the story goes that while driving on a dangerous unlit road with a steep drop, his headlight caught the eyes of a cat sitting on a fence. That little glint of light sparked an idea that would go on to save countless lives. He got to work trying to copy that effect, and in 1934 he patented a device with reflective glass beads nestled in a tough rubber block. But the real genius came a couple of years later. Shaw designed the rubber housing to sit inside a cast iron base that would collect rainwater. Whenever a car drove over the stud, the rubber would get pushed down and the rainwater would automatically wash the glass eyes, keeping them perfectly clean and bright. This self-cleaning feature meant they needed almost no maintenance and were incredibly effective. During the blackout of World War II, the government placed huge orders for cat's eyes, and they soon became a familiar sight across the UK and eventually the world. Alright, now take a look around your kitchen, your forks, your spoons, maybe even your sink. For centuries, the biggest problem with metal, especially iron and steel, was rust. It was a never-ending battle against corrosion and a real headache for anything that got wet, from cutlery to rifle barrels. The fix came from a Sheffield metallurgist named Henry Brearley in 1913. Brearley was in a research lab trying to develop a tougher metal for rifle barrels that were wearing out far too quickly. He started experimenting by adding chromium to steel. Legend has it that he tossed some of his failed attempts into a scrap heap, only to notice later that one piece hadn't rusted like all the others. A more believable story says that while he was testing his new alloys with acid to analyse their properties, he was shocked to find one that strongly resisted chemical attack. He'd accidentally created a steel with around 13% chromium, which we now call stainless steel. Brearley instantly saw its potential for Sheffield's famous cutlery industry. He originally wanted to call it rustless steel, but a local cutlery manager named Ernest Stewart suggested stainless steel after testing it against vinegar. The name stuck. This single discovery completely revitalised Sheffield's steel industry and gave the world a material we now depend on for everything from skyscrapers to surgical tools. Let's go from world-changing materials to a small but brutally effective piece of household engineering. Because for as long as we've had houses, we've had mice, and for just as long, we've been trying to build a better mousetrap. Enter James Henry Atkinson, an ironmonger from Leeds. In 1897, he designed and patented the prototype for what would become the Little Nipper. It's that classic iconic design everyone knows: a flat wooden base, a spring-loaded bar and a wire catch. Atkinson was obsessed with two things: creating a powerful snap and a trigger that wouldn't go off by accident. He did it with a spring so effective that its snap speed, a blistering 38 thousandth of a second, has reportedly never been beaten. Its beautifully simple and effective design has barely changed in over a century and has cornered a huge chunk of the global housetrap market. Atkinson eventually sold his patent to the manufacturer Procter for £1,000 in 1913, but his clever design from a small workshop in Leeds became the world standard for tackling a very common household pest. But Yorkshire's inventive spirit doesn't end there. This county has been a powerhouse of innovation for centuries. Remember to like and subscribe to find out other things this great county has revolutionised. So, the next time you see the glint of a cat's eye on a dark road, stir your tea with a stainless steel spoon, or even spot a classic mousetrap, you'll know that its secret origin story lies in Yorkshire. These aren't just everyday objects, they are pieces of history, all born from the practical problem-solving spirit of one remarkable English county. So, which of these inventions surprised you the most, and what other incredible Yorkshire inventions do you know about? Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.